Hello and welcome to the all-new, all-electric 2024 Chevrolet Blazer EV. This is the newest electric vehicle from GM and it's based on their Ultium platform. This car was just released, so you join me among the chaos where we get to poke around the car and really see what it's made of for the first time in the metal, and we have a bunch of specs about the car. This particular model is an SS, and that means 557 horsepower and 648 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. And Chevrolet claims that the Blazer EV is going to be capable of over or up to 320 miles of range, but they don't specify which model is going to be capable of that amount of range. They also don't specify the exact size of the battery. What they do say is that it's capable of 190 kilowatts of fast charging and that you can replenish up to 78 miles of range within 10 minutes. And here is a quick look at the interior. You have an 11-inch infotainment screen or instrument cluster there in front of the driver, as well as a 17.7-inch infotainment screen in the center of the dash. These are huge screens, tons of tech for this new EV. You can also see the turbine-style vents here on the dashboard, a really fresh interior that's classed up with more sporty design elements because, of course, this is the SS model. So being an SS, it gets a flat-bottom steering wheel that you can see there, and overall, really nice materials. Now, we've got a lot of information on these cars, including pricing, which we'll talk about at the end of this video. But these vehicles are going to be becoming available starting in the summer of 2023, so round about a year from now, and there are going to be 4 trims available on the car. There's going to be the LT1, LT2, as well as the RS and the SS. Now, those 2 middle trims, the RS and the LT2, those are going to be available in summer of 2023. This SS won't be available till the end of 2023, and then the RS will be available, the 1LT will be available in the beginning of 2024, as well as a police pursuit vehicle version of this car. That's not going to be available to the public, but that's going to be based on the SS model, and those are the different variants of the car that are coming out. This SS model has particular styling to make it more sporty from the exterior. That includes a set of 22-inch wheels. These are massive wheels. If we walk over to the RS on this side, slightly different exterior styling, 21-inch wheels. If you get one of the LT models, you're gonna have 19-inch wheels instead. This is also, on the side of the car here, a power open charge port, which presumably is not going to open right now for me because the car is in its state to just be poked around and looked at. So they probably don't want us opening up certain things, but we'll take a look at this interior as well. And you can see a little bit less classed up and sporty than in the SS, which makes sense. The SS is the top trim, 557 horsepower, kind of hard to beat that.
21's pretty good.
It's pretty cool to get to see these 2 cars in the flesh. This is very much the same size as some other EVs that are coming out, including the EV6, the Ioniq 5, those are already out. You also have the Mustang Mach-E, and you've got the Tesla Model Y. So this is an increasingly popular and competitive segment. And this new edition is going to be pretty high up on the food chain of that size EV because the Tesla Model Y Performance makes round about 450 horsepower and the Mach-E GT round about a combined 480. So 557 from this Blazer SS is going to be a pretty solid number, but the EV6 is also coming out with a GT model that's going to make supposedly 576 horsepower. So there are some really, really fast EVs in this size that are coming out. It's also going to be an Equinox EV coming out, and of course the Hummer EV, which we'll be seeing at our office very, very soon. So GM is going full in on their electric vehicles. So special lighting here on the RS and as well as the SS. These have special animations when you walk up to the car that greet you They also indicate your state of charge when the car is charging. The lights will flash and tell you how much charge you're putting into your vehicle. We're hoping to get some more information on these soon, as well as being able to get behind the wheel of these vehicles, but they were just launched, so this is the first opportunity to actually look at them in person. And actually, there's a charge port open here on the SS. So again, 190 kilowatts of fast charging available on this SS variant. Now, let's go ahead and talk about pricing. If you get the base model car, it's going to start at $44,995, but if you want this spec'd out really fast SS, it's going to be $65,995. So there's a big range and a big difference between the base model and the top trim, and of course a lot of performance that comes with that price tag. And you are, again, going to have to wait if you want to get your hands on the SS, but it will be coming, and it will be coming with a lot of technology, including Super Cruise, Park Assist. There's going to be a lot here to keep it relevant with other technologically advanced cars on the market. Here you can see the trunk, decently spacious. And check out the interior too. It's also got the turbine style vents, which look pretty good. Materials overall, not so bad. I mean, most of your touch points here are decently soft. There's definitely some cheaper plastics on this interior, but overall, a fair amount of pretty nice materials. The seats feel really nice. And we can go ahead and hop in and see how we fit. Headroom, not so bad, especially with this large moonroof that you get. You can see a different view of the dashboard here. Tons and tons of tech in this car. See if we have, yep, sure enough, we have two USB-C ports here in the back seat. So a decent place to sit. It is nice to have vents in the back seat. That's really helpful for a rear seat passenger. And it's a nice looking car from the inside, a nice looking car from the outside. Something that I like a lot is this body line over the rear fender and how low the roof comes down to that belt line. It's got a good, low, squatted, sporty stance. They said they took a lot of styling cues from the Corvette and the Camaro. It's design based more or less on the gas version of the Blazer, but because this is a higher performance vehicle, they wanted to give it a sportier appearance, and I would personally say that they've succeeded in that. Also, behind these 22-inch wheels, look at that, SS branded brakes. Those are some pretty big brakes right there. Continental Extreme Contact tires. Those are good grippy tires. So there we go. This is just a first basic look at the Blazer EV. There's going to be a lot more coming down the pipeline on this car. Soon we'll be getting out and driving it. And even sooner, we're going to do a much more in-depth video on the car coming to TFL EV in the next couple of days. So stay tuned and let us know in the comments what you think about the new Blazer EV.